Hello everyone. So let's quickly start with the quick demo of FieldoMobify. FieldoMobify, as the name suggests, it is one of the field service management software which is mainly a cloud-based application. FieldoMobify, it is the provider of elegant cloud and mobile-based software solutions for field service providers all over the world. Now, instead of that, it actually provides the comprehensive tools which is mainly effective for field service managements, that is planning and scheduling, customer management, territory management, invoicing, real-time tracking, and so on. That's not at all. We also offer these great features, that is estimating, job tracking, automated email, client reminders, time tracking, etc. Now, if you want to upgrade your business, you can definitely use simple and efficient scheduling, easy branch management, automated stock level alerts, integrated driving instructions, and so on. So, no matter any service industry, we have a solution for you. We have a solution for supply chain logistics, we have a solution for electrical and facility management, we have a solution for technical telecommunication industries also. So let's move on to our main FieldoMobify product, which is mainly a mobilizing field service management software. So here's the login screen. You can see to create a new FieldoMobify account, you need to follow these particular steps. Now open your browser and visit www.fieldomobify.com. In that, you have an option to get logged in. So you have an option. This is www.fieldomobify.com. In this, we have an option that is login. If you click on login button, you will redirect it to the following URL, that is app.fieldomobify.com, which will show the login page. Now, if you will be prompted to enter your username, password, and directly you can get logged in. After logged in, you need to select the account, that is the site in which you need to log in. Suppose I am selecting SNIT Solutions 20002. Now I can get logged in and redirect it to the dashboard page. In dashboard summary, you can see the weekly summary where you can keep a check of how many invoices it can be generated and what is the revenue collected, right? Afterwards, there is one more feature which we are offering in dashboard, that is recent activity. Suppose if the user get logged in and it created an add customer and it added one customer, so that customer detail and that performance activity, it will showcase in that recent activity block. Now field staff last location, so wherever we send our field service engineer, we can access or trace his last location and keep an update of everything, which will be helpful for admin. Right now, here there is one more feature, that is today's open service call. So you can keep a check and you can keep an update of having the today's open service call in that. Right now, afterwards, there is one more feature, that is where we can directly create, add new work order, add new customer, and new estimate from dashboard itself. Now let's move on to our first projection, that is add customers. Suppose here we can add one customer. Suppose there is one customer, that is Techno4. I am providing the customer code. I am selecting the status as customer. I am having one mail ID, that is having site, and we will provide my address URL, lat long, contact details, email ID, and phone details, which is mainly not a mandatory detail. And in this way, we can easily create one customer. Right. After creating one customer, we can have an activity summary, and newly recently added customers. We can show the list of all those things. On clicking of one particular newly added customer, we can see the complete customer detail information over here, where we can see the contacts, where we can see the jobs which is assigned and which is related to the particular customer which we have added recently. If we want to deliver a quick message, we can deliver it to our registered mail ID which we have given for the customer. If we want to edit, we can edit it. We can update the customer, and we can showcase all the necessary details in the activity summary of a customer, right? Okay, after adding a customer, we need to switch on to the services and material part, where we can view all the necessary services which we have assigned, and we can quickly add one service over here. We need to give particular service code for unique identification. And in this way, we can have one particular service. We can add similarly materials, which is related to particular service, and against customer. Material code for unique identification. In this way, we can wave the list of all the materials which we have added recently, and in this way, we can have the texts which we will be given for a particular customer, and we are having a canned responses part 2. In this way, we can add the responses over here. In this way, firstly, we have added the customer, then services, materials, taxes, and canned response. After that, we will move on to the estimate part. In this, we can create one estimate. In this, the job number, it is auto generated, which is again the customer. Where here I'm adding estimate number. Here it is customer. I'm selecting the customer, that is Techno4. I'm giving job name. I'm selecting a contact details, and I'm having project start and the end date. I'm applying, and I'm creating the estimate of that particular customer. So I have created one estimate against one customer. Here I can have the short description of my estimate summary. I can give a short description over here. I can give the scope of work too, and I can give a chooses. I can have a canned response also, so that I can insert it in my estimate summary. After that, there is one column that is services and materials, where I can choose the services that is which I have given today. I will give, and I will add it to my estimate, right? Same as with material, I can add a material too in my estimate. Here I can have a complete estimate preview, where I can have the job name, job number, estimate, summary, scope of work, and services and materials which I have added recently. After getting, I can have one additional feature. Suppose if I want to send an email to of the estimate to my particular customer, I can send and create work order of that. After creating a work order, I can have a quick view of my work order which has been created of my estimate against one particular customer. So this is Techni4 head which I have created recently a work order. If it doesn't work, then I can have one additional alternative link of creating a work order, where I can easily build my work order and import an estimate also, right? Afterwards, we can quickly move towards the invoices, where I can create invoice. I can select the work order which I have given. We can have a quick view of work orders also. It is a schedule. We need to change the status of it, that is complete. So if we are changing the status, then we will actually eligible, or we can be allowed to create an invoice of it. Now we will quickly move towards the invoices part. Here I'm having one invoice which I can add. Here is the Technophore. See, previously this work order is not being shown because I haven't changed the status of my work order. So before creating invoice, it is necessary to change the status of my work order. This is one of the major important chunk we need to keep in mind. Customer, that is Technophore. And here I'm having select contact, and then here is the schedule start and end date, which we need to do it. And here it is my invoice which has been created for my customer against one particular estimate, where I have added services and materials part 2. And here you can have a quick preview of my invoice which has been created. Yeah, this is the invoice view, which is unpaid. There is the Technophore head, billing details, shipping informations, summary, and there's many things we need to do. Here is the reporting part now, where we can actually have an alternative link to showcase the invoice report which we have created right away. Here is the invoice details and the payment history of our customer, that is Technophore. Here is one more thing, that is settings, where we need to actually assign the roles, that is at user role. Suppose I'm giving one role name, that is employee. Here the status is active. I can give any description, and I'm allotting the admin permissions too, so that the admin can access the estimate, work order, customers, mobile app, etc. Here is the user that I have added, employee. Similarly, I can add the user also. Here these are the view, and I can add the users too. So in this way, here is one more field, that is scheduler, which we have recently added, so that we can keep a check of what all necessary customers which we have assigned for one particular user for a day, week, or month. So it will keep a track of month, week, and day. Suppose here Wednesday and Thursday we have allotted bonnet fitting, engine factoring. These are our customers which we have allotted against one particular user, that is Marie Daphne Muslagaonkar. So in this way we can have keep a check of users, customers on the basis of the scheduler, right? So here there is one more settings, that is account setting, where we can view all the account settings, that is company name, company address, terms and conditions, total of staffs, and currency types. If you want to edit the currency type, we can edit it. So here we can have the company phone, terms and conditions, and currency type, which we can give it to you and which is required. So we can have a quick view of account settings too, where we can edit the account settings as based on the companies, right? And if you want any online help, we can have the help.fieldomobify.com support team also available for our FieldoMobify to help out you and come out with each and every issues of our users for customers. In this way, let's have a quick review of what all things which we have discussed in our demo, that is a dashboard where we have showcased all the weekly summary, recent activity, field staff last locations, work order, customer estimate, and today's open service call, right? And afterwards there is one more feature which we have added, where we can directly add the customers, where can you have the activity summary, newly recently added customers, and each and everything related to it. Right, here is the job tab where we can have the estimates, work order, scheduler, invoices. Right, so after creating a customer, we need to just move on to the services and materials. We need to assign particular services, materials, taxes, and can respond to a particular user. After assigning the services, materials, and taxes, now we can switch on to the roles and users which we can allot it to. Afterwards, we can create estimate against one particular customer. Afterwards, after creating an estimate, if it is being converted, if it is being prompted, and the status is being completed, then it will get converted into a work order. Right, and this work order, here we can creating the final invoice of this particular work order of the given estimate against one particular customer. Right, after creating the invoices, there is one field that is invoice report, where we can have a quick access of invoice reports which is being created against one particular customer. Right, there is one more thing, that is account settings. Right, where we need to have the company details, everything, and we can, if we want to edit, we can edit it, the currency type, the company name, company address, everything. Right, there is the online help which we are providing now, so we can actually sort it out all the necessary issues from our support team, from of our customers. Right, and this is the thing where we are finally getting logged out from our application. So this is all about FieldoMobify. Hope you liked it. Thank you. Welcome to the world of field service management. Here I would like to introduce our company, FieldoMobify. We have been an established and popular company with an excellent record for the best customer satisfaction in the field of field service management. We are the provider of elegant cloud and mobile based software solutions for the field service providers all over the world. Instead of that, we are having the comprehensive tools for effective field service management, that is planning and scheduling, customer management, calendar alerts, payments and signatures, inventory management, and so on. That's not at all from our side. We are also offering these great features, that is routing, GPS waypoints, electronic payments, estimating, etc. For upgrading your business, we are having the efficient scheduling, easy branch management, integrated driving instructions, and so on. No matter any industry type, any service industry type, we are having the solution for telecommunications, we are having the solutions for electricals, supply chain, and logistics, and so on. In this way, let's move on to our main application, main product, that is FieldoMobify. Here we are having the login screen. That is, by clicking into the login, we directly move on to the login of our FieldoMobify product. To create a new FieldoMobify account, we need to follow the first steps, that is your name, company name, email, password, etc., terms and conditions, and we can easily try it for free. Now for that we need to first open our web browser, and we need to type, that is www.fieldomobify.com. You will be prompted to enter name, company name, email, password, and then you can create your account in FieldoMobify. Now we need to log in by the authorized username, password, and after getting logged in, we need to select the account, that is the site in which you would like to log in. Suppose I'm selecting SNIT Solutions 20002. Now, finally, I get logged in and my page is directly redirecting it to the dashboard. In dashboard, let's have a quick summary of dashboard. We are having the weekly summary report where we can show the invoices, that is the total invoices which has been generated, revenue, that is the total revenue that has been collected, recent activity, suppose some customer has been added, some estimates has been added, so this recent activity blog keep a track of all the necessary recent activities which has been performed by the user against one particular customer. Here there is one another block, that is field staff last location, where we can track the last accessed location of field service manager or field service engineer. Here there is one more facility where we can directly create work order, customer and estimate from dashboard. Here we are having one more feature where we can show the today's open service calls directly. Now let's move on to our first projection, that is customers. So here we need to create one customer first and foremost activity. Here I am creating one customer, that is here I'm pest control. Here I'm having the customer code of my particular customer, that is pest control. I'm assigning the status to customer. Here I can quickly give a brief note about the difference between customer and prospect. Customers, these are the perfect, these are the permanent customers that we are having, and prospect are those to whom we are sending the estimates, and if the proposals or the estimates are getting approved, then this prospect it get converts into the customer. Email, here I'm providing the email, site, address URL, latitude, longitude, contact details, email, and phone number, which is not the mandatory field of it. Right, in this way we can add the customer. So here we are done with the first and primemost activity. Now after creating a customer, we need to switch on to the services and material parts, where we need to create the services. Right, here there is a field where we can add the services of our customers which has been created newly. Here I have added one new service, given the service code. Here based on the service which we have added, we are giving the select rate, billing rate, taxable, and I'm saving the changes which I have done. Right, this is the car servicing which I have done. So what all services which I have added, I can show a list of it. After that we can same add the materials, based on the services and based on the customers, that is material code we need to give for unique identification, and I'm saving the changes. Right, same in this way we can add the taxes, where we can have the quick and detailed view of all the tax rates. Right, that is tax name, tax rate and status. Suppose I'm giving freight having the tax rate of 2%, and I'm saving the changes. Same is with the scan canned responses, right? So that we can actually add the canned responses too. Now after adding the canned responses, we now quickly move towards the estimates. So against one particular customer which we have added recently, that is pest control, we are generating an estimate of that customer. Here the job number is auto generated. We need to provide the estimate number, job name. We need to select the customer. We need to select the contact, and we need to select the start and date of our project. After saving, we can have the quick summary of estimate, where we can provide a short description, scope of work, choose a canned response, and we can insert it out in our estimate preview. We can have the services which we have recently added, that is car servicing. We can give the code to it, and we can add to our estimate summary. Same is with material. So let's have a quick view of estimate which has been generated right away. that is pest management, summary, scope of work, services and materials which has been added, and in this way we can save and continue the estimate. Here we are giving the additional feature, that is if we want to send particular email to a customer of the estimate which has been generated, we can send it to an authorized mail ID, and it will give the direct facility to create work order of the estimate against that customer. Yep. Now after creating an estimate, we need to create a work order. This pest management, pest control, the work order has been already generated because we have created while after creating the estimate directly. Here we are giving the alternative link to create the work order also, right? So that we can build the work order from here itself. Now after creating the work order, we will actually move on to the invoices part, where we can directly create the invoice of particular work order which has been created. But yes, we cannot import the work order until and unless we can change the status of that work order. So for that we need to change the status first and foremostly, that is complete. Now we can easily create the invoice of that work order. Here I'm importing the work order for creating an invoice. I'm giving the invoice number for unique identification. I'm selecting a customer. I'm giving the job name. I'm selecting the contact, and in this way I'm giving the schedule, start and end date, and creating the invoice based on that. So in this way I am having the invoice preview, that is pest management, summary, scope of work, services, materials which has been added to the particular invoice, and here the invoice has been created. We can view the invoice part 2 in this way. In report section part, we are having the invoice reports also, where on click of that particular invoice we will get the complete payment history of it. In this way that invoice report has been generated with all status. We can paid, unpaid and partial payment. There are certain status which we need to give, all payment types. Based on that they can pay, and customers. We can select the transactions also. In settings there are roles and users, where we can easily add the users and view the users. Yep, in this way. And in roles we can easily add the roles, that is admin, staff and employee. We can easily add the user role against one particular customer, and we can access all the admin permissions to it, that is users permission for estimate, work order, customers, etc. Here we have provided one more feature, that is account settings, where we can easily have the we can easily edit the company name, address, currency type based on that. Here we are having the edit option, where we can easily edit the company account settings. We are also providing the online help, that is help.FieldoMobify.com support, where our support teams are already available 24/7 hours to help the Fieldo customers easily. So let's have a quick review of it. Here is the dashboard, where we have actually given the weekly summary, recent activity, field staff location, work order, customer and estimate creation, and today's open service call. So here first we need to create the customer. After creating the customer, we need to switch on to the services, material, taxes, and can responses, where we need to add the services, materials, and taxes based on the customers. Afterwards, we need to create the estimates. After generating the estimates, we need to proceed for the work orders. After creating work orders, we need to first proceed for the invoices. And if the invoices has been generated, then finally we are getting the invoice reports from that, right? So we are having the most important part also, that is a scheduler, where we can easily trace or easily track the day, week, and month activities of the particular user against one customer. Suppose we are having the weekly activities, these are the customers. So Wednesday March 4th and Thursday March 4th, the customers has been created, and the schedule has been generated for those particular customers. In this way, we can easily log out from the account, and hope you liked it. This is all about FieldoMobify. Welcome to the world of field service management software. Here I'm introducing you our product FieldoMobify, which is mainly a mobilizing field service management software, which itself connects your office to the field. FieldoMobify is a provider of elegant cloud and mobile-based software solutions for field service providers all over the world. Many services organizations use our technology to automate and streamline their day-to-day processes, including activities such as scheduling, dispatching, and monitoring. Apart from that, we are actually providing you the comprehensive tools also, which is mainly effective for field service management, that is planning and scheduling, customer management, territory management, inventory management, and so on. That's not at all from our side. We also offer these great features, that is estimating, job tracking, file and photo attachments, automated emailing, client reminders, etc. If you want to upgrade your business, you can do it with better service efficiency, which we will provide, that is real time updating, live client feedback, easy photo and video uploads, etc. No matter any service industry you are, we have a solution for telecommunication, we have a solution for supply chain and logistic, we have a solution for electric. Now let's move on to our main product, that is FieldoMobify. So if you want to redirect it to our main product, that is FieldoMobify, you need to get first create a new FieldoMobify account by this way. First of all, open your browser, and we need to type it out, www.fieldomobify.com, and then you will be prompted to that page where you need to enter the name, company name, email, password, and after agreeing to the terms and conditions, you will get the email with subject, that is welcome to FieldoMobify. Now when you click on the button, that is confirm your email, this will help you to sign in yourself to FieldoMobify, and which will directly take you to the dashboard. Suppose if you get sign up with one user, that is mayuri@fieldomobify.com, and with same password. Now it will decide you to select the site in which you would like to log in. That is, suppose if you get logged in with this company account, you can directly logged in, and after getting logged in, you will be directly redirecting to the page, that is dashboard. Now here you can see the quickly weekly summary of total invoices which has been generated and the total revenues which has been collected. Here you can see the work order, customer, and estimates, where you can directly connect with that particular link and add new work order, new customer, and new estimates. Now here we are maintaining the direct track of recent activity which the users are performing, and the admin can easily track that recent activity by simply viewing the dashboard itself. Here we are giving you the today's open service call and field staff last location, where you can easily maintain the track of all your field engineers and today's open service call with this map. Now let's have a quick addition of one customer where we can get an actual production, right? Here, suppose if you want to add one particular customer, you can add from there. Here you can need to give the customer name, customer code, status, whether it's customer or prospect, customer notes, email, phone, fax, site, contact name, email, and phone. And in that case, you can add a simply new customer. Now After adding a customer, you can quickly have an activity summary, what all customers you have currently added and what are the customers which has been previously added. Here is the name, email, date added, type and number of contacts. So we have right now from these accounts we are having total 5 of customers. Now after adding a customer, you can switch to the services part, where you can add the services which has been assigned to a particular customer. Suppose if you want to add one particular custom services against one customer, you can add it. That is my service, where you need to give the description, service code, which is the unique identification number of your particular services, select rate, billing rate, total, and you need to save the changes, right? In that case, you can easily view all the services of that particular customer. After adding the services, you need to add the materials of it. Now, for adding a material, you need to add the material name first, description, material code, taxable cost, billing rate, and etc. And in this way, you can view all the materials which has been added. Now, if you want to view the taxes, you can view the taxes, and if you want to add the tax rate against one particular customer, after adding services and materials, you will have to add the taxes and canned responses, that is tax name, tax rate, and status, which is active and archived. And in that way, you can have a direct quick summary of all the taxes which has been added against one particular customer. After doing all those activities, you need to go to the settings, where you need to add your users. Suppose I have added Akriti Shukla, that is admin, second user is admin, third user is employee. You can add like this way the users, where you need to give the first name, username, password, strength, role, which role you need to assign, that is staff, employee, or admin. You can define it by inhibiting these 3 particular roles to one customer, right? In that way, you can save the changes and you can view those users in that way. Now, after adding users, you can assign roles to them. That is, if suppose that 3 roles you have assigned to them, that is admin, staff, and employee, you can add one more role, that is field engineer. You can add one more role, that is technician, or you can add one more role, that is query readers, and so on. Now, if you want to give the permissions to that particular role, you can give it, that is estimates, work order, customers, mobile app, materials kind of way, so that you can definitely keep a check of what all roles you have assigned to those particular users, and you can have a clear view of it also. Now, after that, let's move on to our main focus, that is jobs, where you need to directly create an estimate for it. Now, this is the estimate, this is a proposal which we normally create against one particular customer. Now, if you are creating an estimate against one particular customer, so this is the job number, which is the auto-generated number. This is the estimate number which we need to give it, customer or prospect, right? If you have a customer, then select it, job name, contact, locations, created, and project start and ended. When you can save this thing, suppose I'm having an estimate number, this one. I'm selecting a customer, I'm giving the job name, I'm selecting the contact, automatic contacts get filled, I'm having the project end and start date, and I'm saving my estimate, so that I can have a quick estimate preview where I have declared this against one customer, that is Cham, where I have this summary, scope of work, and if I want to add some services which I have already added against one particular customer, I will add it to estimate. In that way, if I want to save this thing, it will give you a final confirmation where he will ask us that do you want to send an email of the estimate to particular customer or not. If yes, if I will type this thing, then an email has been sent to authorized mail ID. Now he will directly ask us to create a work order. If we want to create a work order after creating an estimate directly, then it will generate your work order also. So this is the estimate number or estimate summaries which we have recently added, which we have recently created for Champ. Now the status is approved. If you want to edit it, you can archive and reject it. But now we want to proceed it further for the next work order, we will do it. If you want to reject it, you can quickly change the status, that is reject or archive. Now with that estimate, we need to generate the work order for Champ India. It is scheduled. Now I want to complete the work order because it is scheduled when I assign the estimates to it. Now it is get completed. That is the work order. It's completed. Now it's out of the in progress box. If you want to create the work order, you can create it by this way. Select an estimate, job number, date, and scheduling, and save on, so that you will get a clear idea of how do we generate the work order. See, we have generated the work order for Champ India recently. Afterwards, we generate the invoice of it. See, this is the invoice which we have generated. Now suppose we need to generate the invoice for our customer, that is Champ India. Before generating an invoice, we need to first keep a check of the status which we have actually set while creating a work order. If the status is still scheduled, the invoice has not been generated. If the status is complete, the invoice has been generated. This is the work order for Champ. This is the invoice number. This is the customer, Champ India. Shut and the schedule start and end date I have applied, and I'm saving, continuing, and creating an invoice for my customer, that is Champ India. And this way my invoice has been created, and I will get a quickly review of my invoice, that is invoice, summary, scope of work, services and materials. If I need to add, I can add it in this way. In this way, if I want to see a quick review of my invoice reports, I can have it in this way. Suppose if I want to search it by customers, I can search it and search the transactions also. If I want to filter it from the date, I can filter it. If I want to see all the status, paid, unpaid, partial payment, I can do it. If I want to see all the payment types, credit, cash and check, I can do it with all the payment types. In this way, the invoice has been generated and we can make the payment. This is unpaid. If I want to pay the payment, it is unpaid. So in this way, the invoice has been generated and we can make the complete review and complete scheduling of all the invoices which has been generated against one particular customers. Right. Now, in dashboard, we are just tracing out the location of our customer, that is Mayuri Daphne. See, this is our customer. She gets logged in from mobile, and wherever she went, the location has been traced and showed it on our web on map view. Right. Suppose if I want to upload some photo of my user, I can do it. And in that way, I can have a quick review of this thing also. Now comes into an account settings. Here we are providing the account setting info where if the company needs to change their information, they can change it by this way, that is company name, address, phone, staff, currency type, time zone, company logo, and that way. Now here we are providing subscription and billing part also. In that case, we are actually taking our software, giving our software free of cost for 3 users. Beyond 3 users, it's converted into a paid amount. So if you want to increase the subscription for number of users, you can do it till 100 of the users, where you need to play how many, that is also showing in that way. If you want to change the subscription, you can also change it. In that way, we can pay, we can handle, or we can pay the monthly billing and subscription charges of it. We are also providing the online help also, where it will redirect you to help.fieldomobify.com support home, where you can easily have the queries regarding regarding module wise, that is customer management, add customer services, taxes, reports, etc. So in that case, you can whatever queries you are having with our software, we are ready to help you in any case, in any way. And in that way, we just need to log out, which will again redirect you to the login page. Now let's have a quick summary what we did till now. So this is the dashboard which we are seeing at the foremost focus. In this, we are having the weekly summary where we can have a keep check of invoices and revenues which has been collected and which has been generated in a week. We can directly create work order, customer, and estimates. We can have the trace of all the recent activities which has been performed by the users and which can be easily visible to our admin. We can have the direct location of our staff also, where we have the today's open service call and field staff last location access. Right now, we are first of all, let's quickly have a main prediction where first we need to add the customer. After adding a customer, we need to move on to services, materials, taxes, can response. After adding all those things, we need to give a direct switch towards the users and roles, where we need to first add the users and then assign roles to that particular users. After that, we need to create the estimates. If it is get confirmed, then we need to create the work order by changing the status that is complete. And in that way, we directly redirect it to the invoices part, where you need to generate the invoices of all the work orders which has been generated. If you want to see the reports of that invoice parts, we can have it. If you want to see the reports of user location which has been traced by the mobile part, you can have a quickly view of that thing. If you we need to select the user from it, suppose, and in that way you can have a quick view of what all things which we have discussed and what all areas where this user has went, and we will get a clear confirmation of that particular report. Right now, afterwards, let's move on to the scheduler part, one of the finest and most important part of our FieldoMobify, where we can get the actual detailed traceable part, schedule part of our customer, of our user. Suppose in a week, in a month, it's traceable by day, by week, or by month. In a month, in Wednesday, this is the customer and this is the bonnet fitting. So we are tracing every single record by this scheduler and maintaining the calendar events by this. So these are the users and these are the things which has been assigned to particular users. So in that way, we are keeping a track of all those activities of against one particular customer, of all those activities against one particular user in that scheduler by day, week, or monthly basis kind of thing. In that way, this is all about our FieldoMobify. Hope you liked it. Thanks for being a part of us.